Bruce Springsteen, known worldwide as the Boss, has spent decades shaping rock music with stories of working-class struggles, love, heartbreak, and hope. He is admired not just for his music, but for his authenticity, his dedication to craft, and his unwavering respect for the roots of rock. Yet, even someone as iconic as Springsteen has quietly held strong opinions about other musicians. For years, he refrained from sharing them publicly. But now, at 79, Bruce has finally revealed the bands he secretly disliked over the years. And the reasons are as fascinating as they are revealing. Today, we dive deep into the mind of Bruce Springsteen, uncovering the bands that earned his quiet disdain, and the principles that guided his judgments. 1. The overproduced pop-rock phenomenon. The first band Bruce admitted he secretly disliked was a massively successful pop-rock group of the 2000s. To the public, their songs were catchy, polished, and irresistibly radio-friendly. Millions sang along, their albums dominated charts, and arenas were packed for every tour. Yet, for Bruce, their music lacked soul and authenticity. He described their sound as overproduced, sterile, and made in a laboratory rather than in a garage, emphasizing that it prioritized perfection and commercial success over the emotional honesty he valued so deeply. Bruce, who grew up playing in small clubs where every note and lyric was a reflection of life's struggles, found this kind of music empty and unrelatable. While he respected their popularity and talent, he could never connect with the formulaic perfection of their songs, which, in his eyes, stripped rock music of its heart and human touch. 2. The glam rock superstars of the 1980s. The second band that never won Bruce's admiration were the glam rock giants of the 1980s. Known for their glitter, leather, big hair, and stadium-filling anthems, they defined a generation of flamboyant rock spectacle. To millions, their music was exciting, larger than life, and unforgettable. But Springsteen never connected with the theatrics. He believed glam rock turned music into a performance of style rather than a medium for genuine storytelling. Rock is supposed to be a story, not a circus, he explained, highlighting that, for him, music should reflect lived experiences, human emotion, and honesty. The glam era, while commercially successful and culturally iconic, felt hollow to Bruce, and he quietly avoided their work, focusing instead on the raw, narrative-driven rock he considered authentic. 3. The punk band that mocked classic rock. Next on Bruce's list was a notorious punk band famous for mocking classic rock musicians. They didn't name him directly, but the dig was clear. While Springsteen respected the energy and rebellious spirit of punk, he could not tolerate their contempt for the musical heritage he deeply valued. For Bruce, music is a lineage, a story passed down and evolved over generations, and dismissing or mocking that tradition was unacceptable. If you don't respect the roots, you won't grow any branches, he stated, underscoring his philosophy that art should honor the past while innovating for the future. The punk band's irreverence and cynicism offended him personally, even though he appreciated their musical vigor, because they rejected the historical foundation upon which rock music and his own work was built. 4. The synth-pop and new wave bands. The fourth group Bruce struggled to appreciate were the synth-heavy new wave acts of the 1980s. At the time, these bands revolutionized music with synthesizers, electronic drums, and unconventional production. To fans, their sound was fresh, innovative, and emblematic of a new era. To Springsteen, it was missing the human essence of music. He remarked, "A machine can keep rhythm, but it can't keep a soul." While he admired creativity and experimentation, Bruce felt that these bands replaced emotion with technical gimmicks. Guitar riffs, raw vocals, and heartfelt storytelling, the hallmarks of his musical philosophy, were largely absent, leaving him disconnected from the genre despite its enormous popularity. 5. The stadium rock giants. The fifth band on Bruce's list was one of the most successful stadium rock acts in history. Their songs filled arenas and their albums sold millions. Yet Bruce's criticism wasn't about talent, it was about formula. He felt their music had become too safe, too calculated, and too focused on commercial success. He believed rock should challenge both the musician and the listener, yet stadium rock, in his view, had become predictable and corporate. Rock shouldn't be comfortable, he said. While he acknowledged their achievements and professionalism, Bruce felt their music lacked the raw edge, spontaneity, and heartfelt risk-taking that defined true rock, making it impossible for him to connect with their work on an artistic level. 6. The alternative rock acts of the 1990s. The sixth band Bruce quietly disliked came from the wave of alternative rock that surged in the 1990s. These bands brought raw emotion, loud guitars, and angst-driven lyrics, and they captivated a generation of fans. Bruce respected the energy and creativity of the genre, but he had reservations about some bands that, in his opinion, confused anger and noise for meaningful art. Energy is nothing without heart, he said. Many acts of this era, he felt, relied too heavily on aggression and style, producing music that felt self-indulgent rather than genuinely expressive. For Bruce, authenticity, storytelling, and emotional resonance remained essential, and any band that neglected these values could not earn his admiration. 7. Modern pop rock acts of the 2010s. Finally, Bruce reflected on several modern pop rock acts from the 2010s. While he acknowledged the talent, dedication, and work ethic of these artists, he felt many had become too formulaic, prioritizing branding, streaming metrics, and social media presence over authentic musical expression. For Bruce, music should be lived and experienced, not manufactured to fit algorithms or trends. These modern acts, despite their popularity and commercial success, often lacked the narrative depth, soul, and raw honesty that he had championed throughout his own career. He critiqued them not from jealousy, but from a commitment to his artistic values, a lifelong pursuit of music that connects deeply to human experience rather than just entertainment. Bruce Springsteen's revelations offer a rare glimpse into the private judgments of one of rock music's greatest legends. They remind us that even icons have strong opinions, and that authenticity, passion, and storytelling remain at the core of what truly resonates in music. At 79, Bruce has spoken honestly, not to insult, but to reflect on decades of rock history, influence, and artistry. His list of bands he secretly disliked serves as both a critique of the industry and a lesson for future generations. In music, heart and soul always matter more than fame, spectacle, or perfection.
Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon.